It began as a whisper, a single frame buried deep within the raw data of the James Webb Space Telescope. An image so subtle it almost went unnoticed, lost in the endless noise of deep space. But to those who knew what to look for, it wasn't random. It was rhythmic, precise, almost deliberate. At first, the anomaly appeared to be a minor calibration error, a faint distortion in the spectrographic data. But as researchers dug deeper, the pattern grew stranger. The intervals between light fluctuations weren't random, they followed a sequence. A mathematical rhythm repeating across multiple scans, as if embedded intentionally. The source? The interstellar object known as 3I, ATLAS, a visitor already infamous for breaking every known rule of celestial mechanics. Its velocity, its path, even its chemical composition refused to fit any model. Yet what James Webb detected in October 2025 was far beyond anything anyone expected. According to leaked internal memos, Webb's infrared sensors picked up something extraordinary: micro-pulses of energy coming from within the object itself. They weren't reflections or thermal signatures. They were emissions, structured bursts synchronized with astonishing precision. It was as if 3I, ATLAS wasn't just moving through space, it was communicating. NASA initially dismissed the anomaly as instrument interference. But then came the cross-verification from the European Space Agency and ground-based telescopes in Chile and Hawaii, all confirming the same rhythmic pattern. The signal wasn't a glitch. It was real. And it seemed to be responding to observation itself. In one of the leaked reports, a line stood out: emission patterns appear to vary in correlation with active scans, suggesting feedback behavior. In other words, when telescopes looked at it, it looked back. That's when the lockdown began. Data streams were encrypted. Observation logs vanished. Internal channels were restricted to a few authorized personnel. Officially, 3I, ATLAS became a low-priority object of non-terrestrial trajectory. And officially, it became the most classified observation in Webb's short history. Independent astronomers, however, noticed the sudden silence. Public data gaps lined up perfectly with the times Webb had its mirrors fixed on Atlas. Within days, fragments of leaked screenshots began circulating online, faint, grainy images showing something impossible: a dark structure embedded in the object's core, radiating in geometric pulses. Triangular patterns of light. Perfectly aligned. Too symmetrical to be natural. Astrophysicists who examined the leaked data found an even more disturbing clue: the energy signature wasn't constant. It was modulating, adjusting to the frequency of Webb's sensors, almost as if learning. By late October, the U.S. Deep Space Network confirmed a temporary blackout in its Mars relay stations during the same window Webb observed Atlas. The coincidence couldn't be ignored. Some theorists began to propose that the object was emitting targeted interference, the kind of signal meant to blind observation. And then came the most chilling part. In a final series of encrypted data packets, Webb's instruments registered an echo, a return pulse from Atlas. The delay between transmission and response suggested the signal had traveled across millions of kilometers and come back with structured variation. It wasn't just reflecting light. It was answering. No official explanation has been released. NASA has gone completely silent, while the few insiders willing to speak anonymously describe the same phrase appearing in multiple reports: non-random signal response consistent with artificial modulation. If the data is genuine, then 3I, Atlas isn't just another interstellar rock wandering through our solar system. It may be something far older, far more advanced, and aware. For now, the only thing we know for certain is that every telescope that looks toward it risks being seen in return. Because whatever 3i, Atlas is, it's not just traveling through our solar system. It's watching it. And as the silence deepens, the question that terrifies every scientist remains the same. What happens when it decides to respond again?